Welcome to the Farming Without the Bank podcast, the show with a no BS approach to money, hosted by a farm strategy expert and authorized IBC practitioner. Join us as we get real and expose the flaws of traditional financial institutions in order to help farmers take control of their finances, create peace of mind, grow their wealth, and leave a legacy. Now, here's your host, Mary Jo Ehrman.
Hello, and welcome to today's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, coming back. I very much appreciate it. You know, I have heard just amazing reviews and so many people telling me that they are getting a lot of their questions answered through these podcasts. And that is because you guys share with me what you want to hear. That is questions that other people have. You are not the only one with that question. So please make sure that you are emailing me and letting me know that you have questions, what they are, or what you would like for a podcast topic. Today, we are going to talk about what do I do with my money? What do I do with my cash value? How can I use it? What do I use it for? I've even had the question that goes along with it in the last week. What do I do with a large sum of money? And so I want to answer those questions because what seems obvious to me is not obvious because we are so stuck in our little box with our blinders on that this is what they said that we can do with our money, so this is all we can do with our money. Mary Jo put in the book that I can use it for operating, so I can only use it for operating. Or I can only buy cows, or I can only buy a house with it. I don't know what else I could do with it. And you are not alone. If you are asking this question, you are not alone. I was in this same boat because I'm a big thinker, but it takes time. A lot of times it does not come natural. And so I have to really think about I could do this and I could do that. And that is why Nelson called it the infinite banking concept, because what you can do with the cash value is infinite. So it doesn't matter how much cash value it is. Let's just say that you've got money in cash value and you want to go buy a vehicle. Go buy a vehicle. Do you want to go on vacation? Yep, absolutely. You can go on vacation. Just today, I was asked, well, what do most of your clients use their money for? Doesn't matter what most of my clients use their money for because every single person's operation and life is different. Maybe somebody has to borrow against cash value to pay medical bills. Maybe somebody does want to go on that vacation. Maybe somebody wants to borrow cash value to lend to a nonprofit. Maybe we want to borrow cash value to sponsor somebody in some sort of event that they're in. Maybe we want to borrow cash value to our church so they can do something new at the church, a new organ. Maybe they need an addition onto the church. It's endless. It's absolutely endless what you can do with that money. So is there a right or wrong way to use that money? If we're going to borrow cash value, some people say, well, that cash value should be used to purchase something that generates cash flow. So we might want to purchase cattle that can create cash flow. We might want to have a building, an apartment building, something that creates cash flow, right? Maybe we're going to buy land and rent it out, and that's going to create some cash flow. So some people think that that's the only reason why you would borrow cash value. That might be true outside of the farming industry, but that is not the intent that Nelson had. Nelson's intent was control of that money. So yes, maybe we can create cash flow, but what if we can do all these other things? What if we can help other people? That doesn't create tangible cash flow, but it's still helping people. So I don't get so hung up on oh, well, you can't use it for that because it doesn't create cash flow. I don't really care. It's your money. You get to use it for whatever you want. If you want to use it to buy a car, which is just a chunk of metal and makes you $0, if you want to use it to buy a car, I don't care. Go ahead, use it to buy a car. If it makes you feel good driving around town, then you're going to feel good driving around town, knowing that you can make your payment whenever you want, right? You got to be smart about it. But at the end of the day, you can make your payment whenever you want. I also had somebody ask me, what do I do with a large inheritance? Or what do I do with a large sum of money? He wasn't sure if we sell land, if we have inheritance, if we get a huge bonus at work, if we sell a business, whatever, we might have this huge sum of money coming in. What do we do with that? Well, again, you can do whatever you want with it. You can lend it to other people at up to 10% interest. Right now, hard money lenders are getting 10%. A hard money lender is somebody that has cash and somebody else needs the money. So instead of going to the bank, they go to the person with cash. That person is a hard money lender. So they're getting 10% interest on that money. Yeah, there's a risk to be a hard money lender. Same risk the bank is taking. But if we have access to cash and we don't have anything that we need or anything that we want with it, then nothing is stopping you from helping other people. Because how many young farmers and ranchers are out there that need help getting started? If you have a lot of money, why would you not interview these people so that maybe you buy them 40 acres? Maybe you help them buy some cows. Is there risk? Absolutely, there's risk. There's risk in everything that you're going to do with money. But if you now have the banker hat on and you start to understand why that banker is asking so many stupid questions. I don't like the stupid questions, but if I was a banker, I would have all those same questions. Do you have experience in what you're doing? Do you have an idea of what you're going to make? Any kind of projections? Have you figured in worst case scenario? Yada, yada, yada. There's a bazillion questions that go with it. And now I'm the dumb guy asking those questions. But I'm protecting me, right? So that I make sure I get money back. I have a colleague that does this all the time. He'll put somebody's car up for collateral. He'll take the title of their car as collateral to lend them the money. But he doesn't like rental properties. So why have a rental property when I can just be a hard money lender and I can help people out of tough situations? In today's world, we have people that have lost businesses due to COVID. I have a couple clients who have lost businesses and had to file bankruptcy due to COVID. Well, it's not due to COVID, it's due to stupid government rules, but that's a whole nother conversation. They didn't ask for that. That wasn't their doing, yet it hurt them. Now guess what? They get to dig out of that hole. Nobody's there bailing them out. But they're good people. They ran that business. And most likely it was a restaurant or some sort of a small business that as soon as people can't come, well, then what? What do we do? Can't exactly, the particular person I'm thinking of, there was no takeout option. Okay? There was no option for him. That person now can't just go to the bank and get a loan. Maybe they need a hard money lender. Maybe they need somebody that has access to cash to just give them a shot so they can get themselves out of that hole and back on their feet because they already were on their feet. They were paying their bills. They were doing everything that they needed to do. Money can be used for absolutely anything. Where there is a need, you may be able to fulfill that. Maybe you want to donate to some local charity. Maybe you want to help the 4-H organization. I mean, really, everywhere you look is an opportunity. It's a matter of looking and finding those opportunities. We don't see opportunity if we aren't looking for it. And if we're going to help somebody out, we're going to do it and we're going to be honest. We're going to have the documents we need. legal documents that we need. We are going to go through every what if scenario. What if we start disagreeing? What if, right? You don't have to lend it to other people. But I've had this question a lot because people maybe don't need their money or they don't want to do anything wrong. There's no way to screw up what you borrow money for. I mean, even if you borrow money for a new business adventure and it goes south, your death benefit is collateral. How did we mess up? As long as we can pay the interest only, that policy is going to be okay. Use it for operating. Use it to buy cattle. Use it to buy land. Use it to buy tires for your vehicle. I don't care what you use it for. It's there to be used, and nobody is telling you what you can and can't use it for. Nobody is telling you if it's right or wrong. Because not everything around money is economical, right? I have a client who borrowed all of her cash value to pay off her house. I thought she had gone mad. I'm like, why are you doing that? The interest rates at the bank are lower. Because emotionally, she did not want to have a loan at the bank. She was sick and tired of them. She has a business. She doesn't want to answer to them. And so she paid it off and she feels fantastic. If that makes you sleep better at night, then more power to you. I don't know if the financial world has put us in a position where we think, well, we better be told what to do with our money. And if we don't do the right thing, we're going to get yelled at. No. Nobody's yelling at you over here. This is your responsibility. I'm not taking that responsibility for you. You become the banker. It's yours. There's no right, there's no wrong. And it is weird, right? What do you mean there's no right and wrong? There's always a right and wrong in the finance world. There isn't. Not in this case, because it's infinite opportunity and you get to control it. Remember that. Next time you say, what can I use my money for? Is it right? Is it wrong? There may be a better way to leverage your dollar than borrowing it from cash value. But if you borrow it from cash value, that's not the end of the world either. That was a lot of examples of what you can and can't do with money. And I could probably just keep on going. But that should give you a good start to kind of get your head out of where it's at and out of traditional finance and out of what the world says we're supposed to do with our money, right? Because all the noise out there is what blocks us from thinking. It's what blocks us from being creative. Be creative. Don't set limits to anything. And remember, I always say, stop saying I can't and start asking, how can I? How can we get this done? How could I use that money? Who could I help? Instead of saying, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with it, so I'm going to leave it there. That's not going to get us anywhere. The infinite banking concept is a thought process change. The life insurance is the tool. And if you guys have listened to my podcast, you should be able to repeat that over and over and over. And I should be like a broken record. The policy is the tool. I am here to help change that thought process. That is key. Okay, unless you're new, you know the drill. Send me an email if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns. Send me an email and I am happy to read them and happy to respond to you and happy to take any suggestions. If you need anything, that's where I'm at, Mary Jo at withoutthebank.com. If you have not gotten Life Without the Bank and you don't have Wealth Without the Bank, I basically retitled Wealth Without the Bank to Life Without the Bank, but I do show an example of what to do with an inheritance. And I've had a lot of clients with inheritances lately. And so if you have a large sum of money and you just are not quite sure what to do with it, you might want to get the Life Without the Bank book because I go over that scenario in there. If you have enjoyed the podcasts and you enjoyed your book, please share. I really do appreciate it. I know that not many people in this industry want to tell others what they're doing, But if we can save some farms along the way and you can share with your other farm friends that aren't your neighbors, I would appreciate it. If you share with your neighbors, kudos to you. All right, you guys, you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll catch you in the next podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Farming Without the Bank podcast. We hope today's episode has inspired you to take control of your finances in new ways. Don't forget to check out our website, farmingwithoutthebank.com, and engage with us on our Facebook page, Farming Without the Bank. Join us next week as we smash more financial myths and empower you to accomplish your financial goals.